All right, yeah. All right, now we're on. Anyway, this whole week since we were doing like the show, I was thinking, man, because all right, last week's show, I kept after the show I was watching it and I was thinking about everything I wanted to talk about and didn't or whatever. And I was thinking about all the things like, man, I wish I would have brought this up or this up, whatever, and didn't. So I just kind of started taking notes on anything. Like if I thought of something that would sound cool for the show or whatever, I just like took notes down for it. So there's a lot of that I want to get to, a whole bunch of that. But in the meantime, we got Demented Maniac in the house. We got Fetus in the house. Ancient Enigma in the house. If lot of big noise about the new video that we did, man. That was kind of our introduction into the game together. That was kind of our first collaborative effort together.
Oh yeah.
And I think it made quite the splash. What is it looking like and feeling like on your all's end right now?
I got nothing but great positive messages. Of course, we always got that one asshole who's got that one dislike on everything we do. We know who he is.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. The cameos to all the way up to the second part is gonna be even better.
So and hands down to the team.
Like hands down.
Yeah,
hands
for sure.
down.
So when did y'all actually like start out? I've never even asked you that. Like when did Ancient Enigma become a thing?
Pretty much more like last year.
Okay, so it's really recent.
The actual label itself is new.
So y'all are hot and rolling then.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much the same value as we went for my first label.
Okay. So you had one before this one.
Southbound Productions. Yeah.
What was it called?
Southbound Productions.
Southbound Productions. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty fun.
Were you in a group there too, or was it
still Demented.
Oh, still Demented?
Yeah,
still with that? Okay,
still
nice.
Yeah,
From the beginning.
Havoc.
Okay,
Awesome. Am I the only person in
It's
the
like
room?
Dynamite.
Am I the only person in the room that thinks of, like, when I hear South Eye, I immediately think of Brown Eye? Am I the only like anytime I always say this
Brown Eye Productions, baby.
I always say this
He's doing this because it's a Kentucky Indiana thing, right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
a border, right?
No, man. It was me and my buddy Aaron. You know, he made his label. I came on there and pretty much brought Demented there.
Yeah.
And helped them take it and raise it up. And then we went our separate ways. Nothing like anything bad, anything at all. Just go talk, hang out and shit. I think it was just time for us to spread our little wings and fly.
Yeah, for sure.
like Booker T raising the roof. Okay, that's what I walked in on. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
I would sit there and do the whole spinning on my neck with my legs in the air.
Spinneroonie.
The spinneroonie. Yeah, that's what it was.
Spinneroonie. King Booker.
Oh shit. Them were the gays.
Oh yeah, my boy back in the day.
I can't even get into it anymore.
So
I was gonna say, be careful with the table because
it shakes. The thing shakes. Sorry if you do the thing. Anyway,
Parkinson's table.
Earthquake, Enigma in the house.
So Maniac shares with me. We share a fellow love outside of the horror shit.
Yeah.
Outside of the juggalo shit. Outside of you know what I wish, it was kind of impromptu that you were here. You know, we've been talking about the podcast thing.
Oh yeah.
How we want to do more stuff like this, and it was kind of impromptu that you were here. But you know, one thing I thought would be really, really cool. Anytime we had you on or anytime we were all on the same broadcast together, if we did some type of like Juggalo trivia thing, like old school Juggalo trivia thing together, I think it'd be really fun for the show. Because, brother, listen, people see me walk in with the flip-flops and the button-up and the fucking, you know, the haircut and the whole thing, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm down with the Juggalos. And they're like,
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I'll start singing. Let me think. What always convinces people that I'm for real Juggalo? Let's see, what is it?
Oh.
I can sing. Let's see.
You can't. The thing is, like if you're trying to prove it, you can't start.
Either.
Yeah.
There are some songs that if somebody knows that song, like if you start singing the song, like if you start singing, what's that song? Home to the criminals and home to the crooks.
I'm coming home.
Yeah, I'm coming home.
Box.
Yeah,
I actually got that in my
you start singing a line of that.
My will to be played while I'm going down in the grave.
I'm saying you start playing that, and someone else starts singing along with it. You're like, fellow juggalo, fellow real juggalo, right there. You know what I'm saying? But
we got the ones who know the obvious songs. You know. The Ning game, like, you know, that game show, game show, like,
I love that when people reference it as the game show. I think their game show track is the dopest one.
It's like the most.
It was good.
It's the most easiest go to for anybody, even if you're not a fan. Everyone's at least heard that track once.
It's crazy. A lot of you know. Now, when I came up, the idea of like Juggalo was separate from being like an Insane Clown Posse fan. Now, I'm talking before Twisted and stuff. Like, you could be an ICP fan, but the Juggalo thing was more of like a lifestyle, community, culture thing, more so than just ICP fandom or whatever. And which I think it's kind of in some ways more so now, now more than ever. But you know, people kind of have their criticisms on kind of the evolution of it and stuff. But a lot of times I notice that people will come up in a community of psychopathic supporters in some way. Like there'll be a group of people who are wearing these clothes and dyeing their hair a certain color and painting themselves up and stuff. And then they discover ICP for the first time and it changes their life and stuff. A lot of times with me, it was just somebody came and picked me up in a car one time. And it was our friend. He was our older friend, Frank, and he had this like Mustang Cobra. It was supercharged and shit. And he was like, I was like 13, and I think, you know, he was 16, and a parent of his died, and he got some kind of will money. Anything he had this Mustang Cobra, was like flashing around the neighborhood with this big loud system. Had a double spoiler on which I wasn't that into, but anyway. And he would like ride around banging like Marilyn Manson. It was, I think, right around the time Riddlebox was out, I think was the time that Marilyn Manson's Sweet Dreams was coming out. Not even Beautiful People and Antichrist, Devil Child and shit, like before that. And I don't know if anyone else has ever noticed this or whatever, but Marilyn Manson's music, a lot of times the bass is very synthesized and it's very like keyboard bass. It's not like live bass, like hip hop bass in his music and stuff. So it would slam in the car, which is a weird selection to listen to in a system or whatever. But it was obviously
Manson, yeah.
But it's,
dude, I ain't gonna lie, I was just jamming Manson on the way here.
Yeah, always loved his older stuff. But
I tried to come out saying that I loved his shit, and I got ran through the ground for it on social.
Yeah. I mean, it's
no. Listen. Oh yeah, that was the thing. When let me address this right now to our live people. Okay, to the live people there. Let me address this. If anybody has something bad to say to Berserk or to me or to anybody for enjoying somebody's music who made $1 million making you freak out on some religious shit that you don't even practice, you can suck a bag of dicks.
Yeah.
Dicks, you dick sucker.
Send me your address, I'll send you a potato parcel.
Send me the location.
I was literally called a simp for a rapist by saying that I would have loved to have done a song.
Like, I don't even know, like, I've heard. I was hearing like people getting bashed about
I
don't know why.
A month that went by, and then it said review your timeline tagging. I was like, okay, and I look at it, and there's like 6 or 7 girls that went behind this other girl that started this, tagging me in a post saying, "Tell Berserk Joey Hughes, this wannabe rapper, that he needs to stop being a simp."
You know what you say? Thanks for the publicity.
Yeah, it was like.
I mean, I don't even know what.
But anyway,
about, so.
Back to the subject of matter.
Like, all right. This brings up and I don't mean to sway one way or the other. There you go.
Oh shit!
I don't mean to. Yes. We pass this down there.
Let's go.
But we were talking about the Manson thing, and it's kind of like For instance, you know. I am whatever you say I am. If I was, that's that video or whatever. Eminem and Marilyn Manson are shoulder to shoulder in that video.
Yeah.
Music video. That same year, Marilyn Manson was on DMX's album, the Damien remix or whatever.
Shit, I forgot all about that.
And we love DMX. We love Eminem, rightfully so. But but that same year where provocative music like that was being made, we pick one guy to bury. Out of all of those people doing the same shit, we pick one guy that's easily buryable, and we kind of come together in a community to bury one guy. And it's like, let's say, like, dude, let's say Bob Marley wasn't this like soft, loving, tender-hearted, hippie-loving teddy bear. Let's say he was like a fucking prick. Let's just say he was like that to hang out with. Like, dude, that would not make me like his music any less.
No,
because I'm not into him. I'm not voting for him to like take office and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just enjoy their music.
Hasn't like Marilyn Manson actually also been like topics of like shit like this before?
He's always been.
He's always been.
That's like his
I
money
remember
maker.
when I was a kid, people was like, he took his fucking ribs out to suck his own dick and shit.
Yeah,
like,
removing his ribs.
what?
But that's always been his thing.
Yeah,
What can I do? What's simple? I think that's always been Eminem's thing. That was like Dennis Rodman's thing. Like Dennis Rodman showed up to some autograph signing wearing a wedding dress. Just a simple thing that just set the whole fucking country on fire. And the thing is that let's not forget. Let's not forget about the fact that if DLMF wants to have a 2-page, 4-page spread in the Leo magazine, that is what we call in the business transactional. You call them, you pay them money. It doesn't matter what kind of cheese dick operation you got going. They are going to put you in their magazine. All of that shit's transactional. Those billboard spots that you see people posting and shit. Like, do y'all think it's crazy that in the last 5 or 6 years ago, how many different like Louisville artists have charted on the Billboard charts and went viral and had 100,000 followers and shit? And it's like, I ain't heard, like, anywhere that I go outside of here, I ain't heard of none of y'all. It's because it's transactional. Okay, you pay for all that shit. So anytime that you can do something that those same outlets are going to come out and cover you for free, that's like, obviously free promotion. And that's the reason there was the rumor put out that like Little White died and that Marilyn Manson sucked his own dick and fucking that's like what all that shit's about. The Ozzy biting the bat off the head thing. Yeah. He didn't do that to show them how crazy he was or anything. He just wanted to make that impression. No one would ever forget that. And that's the purpose behind all that stuff. And so like,
no one ever did forget.
I don't look at Marilyn Manson and say to myself, you know what? I think he's really a great guy and he wouldn't hurt anybody. I'm not saying that at all. But I don't give a fuck about his person. That's not what I'm invested in. You know what I'm saying? I just want to hear a couple of good songs. I think if good, morally sound, democratically progressive people were the only people that we had making music, the only people we could pick from, we'd be drowning out a lot of the art from our culture. I think, if only the kind of democratic progressive, the only, if like woke culture was the only subject of music we ever got to have, you know what I'm saying? The variety just wouldn't be there, that kind of takes me my next thing. I was going to mention, and you got the pants today or whatever, the new Space Jam movie just came out.
I watched that today.
Did you watch it? No.
Yeah, my son has though.
With Joey, that's like the thing. It's like the thing with Joey. It's like Jesus just reemerged from the heavens, and it made the news today. Did you see it? Oh no, I didn't even catch it. But anyway, it's totally fine. Let me tell you something. All right, let me background. I was against LeBron James going to the Miami Heat. I thought that was a cheese dick move. I thought it was a cheese dick move to like become the way you revolutionize the game is by like your thing is becoming player, coach, and general manager and packing your teams, making every team you go to the New York Yankees. I think that's like a kind of shitty legacy. I think his like media stuff and culture stuff, I've always been against it. Like but I love to watch the guy play basketball, you know, but I also don't want to sit here and be on some like shut up and dribble thing. You know, I don't want to say, but I love to watch. I love the fact that like LeBron James exists and who he is and what he is. I love that there's the debate about Jordan. I love that about him, but like there's a lot of things that he does. And being as progressive and liberal as his kind of public thing has been, I was afraid that this Space Jam thing was about ready to be like up in your ass with
every kind of
every
PC correct
gayness, police brutality, racism. I thought that's what that whole movie was going to be about.
Address everything all in one big bundle.
Let me tell you, Joey Berserk. Let me tell you right now, dude. I loved the new Space Jam movie. I loved that movie, dude. Let me tell you what that movie's about.
I feel like we're out of place right here.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I loved how they added.
Hold on. Wait a minute, because this is something new. Let's not do any spoilers. Just
yeah.
Fuck that. No.
This is what happened.
Okay, so with no spoilers being said, okay.
Hey guys, that's probably gonna pick that up.
Oh shit, sorry.
Yeah. But let me tell you what the movie's about. No spoilers. That movie is about a guy trying to be as good of a parent as he can.
Yeah.
And then slipping because he thinks the way of parenting that he got, since it worked for him, that he thought it would just automatically by default work with his kids, and he's finding out it doesn't, and he is going through the depths of the earth to be there for his kid. Yeah. I don't know, it kind of makes me emotional even thinking about it, but it's amazing. It's excellent.
So there's definitely like a difference between that first one. So,
you can't put them beside each other.
I was hearing people say like it was like just a rip off, like it's the same story but told like totally different.
No. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay.
This is one for y'all because I have no stake in it. I haven't seen it.
It's good.
Neither have I. I haven't either. I mean, my son watched it last night. I was gonna come home and watch it with him. He watched it. Dad, I watched that.
Let's talk about it. Okay. Every pop culture sensation has their, what I like to think of as somewhat of like a mark movie. Okay, a self-marking movie where Prince's Purple Rain, Eminem's 8 Mile, 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying, Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard. I'm just trying to think of very self-serving movies that people put out, and the sole purpose of that movie coming out is to show you how awesome that main character is, period. Space Jam was that for Michael Jordan.
Who's not an actor.
Space Jam, let me tell you the original Space Jam, which I love the original Space Jam. Michael Jordan is like my guy, but like, the original Space Jam is Michael Jordan going around tortured by how famous he is. And everybody just loving him and kissing his ass. And he's so tired of it. And he gets sucked into this Looney Tunes world. And that's what makes his world different because, it goes from people being on his dick to cartoons being on his dick. And everybody's on his dick. And he's gliding from half fucking full court. You know what I'm saying? He's like fucking... But this movie...
Dicks all over him.
Let me tell you why that's different than this Space Jam. Is the whole movie they're clowning on LeBron. Clowning on him the whole time. And they're getting beat by like 1,000 points at halftime in the game. And they're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And they're sitting around, they're like, I know. We could bring in Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And LeBron James's eyes like light up like this. Like he's like, yes, like
we can do
Jordan can save us. I would never think that LeBron would allow Jordan's name to even be said in that movie. Sure enough, when they were like, Michael Jordan can save us, LeBron was like a little kid. You know, that look on LeBron's, he was like a little kid looking up. And then he walks in, like the shadow walks in, wherever. It's Michael B. Jordan. And he's like, oh, come on. And he was like, I was just looking for the bathroom. Some guy pulled me in here, said that you wanted to meet me.
Wow.
I love the new Space Jam.
That's ridiculous.
I love the new Space Jam. I thought the new Space Jam was...
home and watch it.
It was cool. The thing is, it's like, it's not that it was like, it's not supposed to be, like, it's made for little kids. It's
of course. I knew that going into it. So, I mean, I had these people as bitches, like, grumpy ass motherfuckers, and I was like, it is made for kids. I've already knew that going into that, so I don't know why everyone was getting so mad about it.
Look, this is what I say.
My son likes it. I don't give a shit.
A thing that I say all the time is I want to make sure that, like, if I am proven wrong or if I make a prediction and I end up being wrong about that prediction, I like to admit that, because if I'm coming down on some sheer criticism, like, and it seems like I'm just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, I want that to be taken seriously too. I don't want that to just be seen as griping or whatever. And so when I'm proven wrong about something, I really like to admit it for that reason. And I was proven wrong about the new Space Jam. I love the new Space Jam. I thought it was an excellent movie for the culture, because they knew everyone was watching. That's one of those movies. Yeah. Also, it's like they know before they even hit the record button once that the whole country's going to be watching, the whole world's going to be watching. So they can write their own ticket. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool because they have Pennywise in the crowd of the thing. They have the Clockwork Orange Droogs in the thing. They got the whole Game of Thrones cast, the fucking dragons flying around, and one part of the dude goes, "King Kong ain't got nothing on me," and you see King Kong in the audience going, it's fucking great. But so yeah, I mean, I thought the new Space Jam was fucking cool. And let me try to think of what else TV wise has been out. Let me see if I got it.
New Loki was series is pretty good.
Oh yeah,
the new Loki came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You watched the series.
I didn't.
Like right now.
Are they continuing the Marvel Universe thing with the Avengers Universe?
Yeah, man, this thing sets it up for I guarantee you, he set it up for a while. Like, dude, I think that
they did a great job with this. I mean, why not? I think I see where it's going.
It's a lot better. My opinion, better in WandaVision and Falcon and them. So,
so they're continuing that same Marvel Universe
thing
from
it's the same Marvel Universe setting it up for the multiverse.
They're not rehashing it and
Oh no.
Because they seem man. They put out the Spider-Man movie with the guy that was not Tobey Maguire. That's
Tom Harlan.
Not the new one. Not the new one, but the guy that was doing the real crazy skateboard tricks and the
Garfield.
Yeah, I really liked him. I didn't love that movie, but when they immediately replaced him like they did, it kind of put some kind of legend lore on that version of Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Imagine if they put out 5 Superman movies with Christopher Reeves, and then after that they put out 5 Superman movies with the guy playing, what's his name, Henry Cavill or whatever, playing him. Let's say there's one in the middle where they had Nicolas Cage come in and play Superman, you know what I mean? That would be the cult classic of them or whatever. So I'm a mark for that kind of stuff, man. So I like it for that reason. But I'm trying to think too. One thing that I obsess over a lot, and it's weird because I say to myself, what's my obsession with this stuff? And then you see the people in the audience of what I'm talking about, and you'll see just everybody from, Donald Trump was at the last UFC event and shit, you know what I'm saying? Everyone, you'll see, you'll look at, the producers of these pay-per-views when they show the credits at the end, you'll see, Bryan Cranston is a producer of one of the pay-per-views, and, just so many people get behind mixed martial arts and shit. And I really enjoy watching that. This week I watched old boxing matches. I watched I don't know, I'm just really into combat sports and shit. Some people watch classic they watch classic basketball games or football games or stuff. I love to watch classic boxing and shit. I really love. And I watched was it Sonny Liston that Ali beat for the championship? His first championship belt? Yeah, no, okay. Anyway, I think it was Sonny Liston. Yeah. And dude, I tell you, even if you're not a boxing fan per se, if you just kind of sort of like it, if you like watching Conor McGregor put on a show or Anderson Silva put on a show or whatever, I've never seen a more perfectly fought boxing match than Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston. Now, I watched a few other Ali matches, and dude, there was a lot of his black and white matches. He's fighting plumbers and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's but that Sonny Liston fight, dude. And there's other fights that people are really kind of like figuring out his style and kind of starting to pick it apart. Even if he gets the edge or if he gets the knockout, you were starting to see how his style wasn't so inventive and brand new anymore. But in that one particular fight, I've never seen a boxing match fought to such excellence. And they said, like, Tyson came out and said, like, Sonny Liston was, like, worse and more, like, vicious and brutal and shit than he was, you know, and Ali came in and fucking made him look like an amateur, dude. And so that was really cool. Watching other stuff, watching the thing on the Conor fight, you know, Conor's out here and, like, people are coming down on Conor because he's making all these excuses about the fight and how he's, like,
how you snap his ankle.
well, Joe Rogan was saying, oh my God, everybody was saying that he was getting beat the fuck down. He was getting his ass handed to him that fight and shit. And like Conor was posting videos of his face and he was like, wow. He was like, how about that ass whooping I took? Like showing his face, not a scratch on it. He had like a scratch on his ear and I think his ear busted and that's right. What that happened. But,
it's like a common thing. It happens.
But Conor isn't like, he's not making excuses because he really feels that way. I think he's making those excuses to stay in business, to like keep people interested. He for some reason he's so good at that.
What he says. He's very good at being a smartass.
Well, he's very good at making me believe that last loss he had was some type of like, but he'll really get him next time. He has been doing that to me for the last half decade. You know what I'm saying? And so
I really would hope that's not what. I can see him like, I'm going to snap my ankle and I'm going to whoop his ass next.
Well, yeah. And I mean, I think it's just the fact that he's lost like 4 out of his last 5 fights or whatever. People just assume he's not shit anymore. But so anyway, all right. So I'm watching all these combat sports for what I don't know for what reason. I just enjoy them, and I'm thinking to myself like Louisville needs a fucking fighting league. Like 175 pounds and below is one class, and 175 pounds and up is another class.
Right.
And
just watch two people.
dude, we know places that have fucking wrestling rings and shit like that. Like, I really legitimately think you put.
I'm sure there already probably is one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
In this city?
Yeah.
Mixed martial arts. I wouldn't be surprised.
For rappers in this city? No, these are good too. No, not this city. I'm not talking about a bunch of rappers get together and join a fucking mixed martial arts dojo. I'm talking about like us all get together and have like a tough man. You know they used to do at Wick's Pizza. Do you remember that?
Like,
no.
Rough each other up?
What is it?
Like rough each other up?
Like get inside of an octagon and fight each other with gloves on and shit. That's what I'm saying. There's not a single man on the planet I wouldn't get in there with, but
him and his luscious locks, be careful guys, he's gonna knock us the fuck out.
But I think that people would come out and fucking like, what if you had like a musical performance there? Merchandise booths, vendors, all that shit. But we set up a fucking little mini octagon and fucking WWME and fucking, dude, I think people would pay $10-15 a ticket to see this person versus this person. It's just, I feel like that, we would have like 2-3 sheets of paper for people to sign up on, and I think it'd be like maybe 2-3 people filling out things. Yeah. And those 2-3 people probably would be there to fucking, would probably shoved my head up my ass so far that the crown of my head quenched my thirst. Like, I mean, the people probably would, So anyway, I don't know how y'all feel about that. I don't know. I feel like I feel like I'm putting on more of a sermon today than I am doing a co-podcast with a room full of people. But anyway, I'm interested in that. I would pay to see somebody beat the fuck out of somebody.
I used to backyard.
Honestly, all day.
I don't know. I genuinely think, and I really think that if somebody came out with something ugly to say, it become like this trademark thing. Well, like if you got a problem with them, then let's just meet them in the cage. That's right. Perfect for this Friday at the cage. Meet them at the cage. Guarantee you, the mindless hate in this town stops at that point.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There'd be a lot.
Guarantee you it
Things
stops.
just where you have people like you gotta go in there and you gotta be like, you know, you
No. When you all of a sudden
you walk in with beef, walk out with no beef.
when you all of a sudden become discredited because you're sitting there hating on someone online, and people go, "Well, why don't you just take it to the cage?" And then they start making excuses, or you don't show up to the cage. People will just stop hating because they won't want to. They won't want their you know what I mean? All this shit where it's like, get in an internet conflict and then 2 years later meet up with somebody while they're like in the most vulnerable of a situation, and then hitting them from behind while you have a big group of people. That there's something about that in the hip hop community that is so prevalent, and I think is the lamest, most, it makes me not even want to like be a part of it. It's like, that's the way motherfuckers get down around here for real. And they'll be like, on the internet bragging about running up on somebody with their back turned and jumping somebody and stuff. They'll be running around bragging about that. And I swear, if we could like organize something where, dude, you got a problem with somebody, just meet them in the cage. You know what I'm saying? Meet them. And we could call that the promotion, just
the cage.
MIC or something, meet in the cage. You know what I mean? Like
in the cage.
But
MIC.
I don't know. I feel like that would play a big role in cutting down some of the mindless fucking bullshit, when it comes to that. But I don't know. Joey Berserk, do you have anything pressing? Anything pressing that?
No, I'm just listening.
I was thinking. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm just trying to go over some notes here and shit like that. I'm trying to.
Odd things. What's odd? I thought you were to grab my butt.
I had this like list of
I think you did grab your ass. I saw it earlier.
I have this list of bullet points and shit of just things in case anything. And two things that are kind of popping up on here was I was gonna talk about the letter I got from Joe Exotic in prison. Yeah, and for not to even flex on that, but I think the Tiger King thing is kind of God, that was big news right at the start of the pandemic thing. And
I still ain't never watched it.
People go crazy with it.
You haven't watched it?
No, I have not.
He said, "You haven't watched it?" No, the
You're not part of the cool crowd no more.
No, it's not even like being a part of the cool crowd. It's like being a part of society.
Yeah, it's like being amongst the rock versus being under the rock.
That's worse than under the rock. That's like status.
The thing about Tiger King is with us, honestly, I can see somebody in New York watching the Tiger King, somebody in California watching the Tiger King and being like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Right. What are these people? The reason I loved it so much is because I'm like, dude, that's my kind of people right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just the demeanors, the personalities. We've seen a million situations like that. Right. Seeing the way that people flip it and act like you got to join this cult to be a part of his shit, and he doesn't even pay you nothing but this much. But like, you think about bringing someone in and letting them stay in a trailer on your property in return for some work that they provide. That's like kind of a normal thing around, you can come here and stay for free while you get on your feet. You just kind of help around the house a little bit. That's kind of like the way things are. And to someone in a different place, that could look like they have to join a slavery cult to him to run his operation. Right. But that's just kind of the way shit runs a lot of the time, especially because a lot of people that were working for him were like, felons and stuff, people just getting out. He would like literally go pick people up from the bus station and stuff and ask them if they wanted some help or whatever. And so like, if anything, he was kind of providing some fellowship with them and stuff. Right. But anyway, it's a really super awesome show. And, spoiler alert, at the end of the show, he goes to prison. Whoa. And there was somebody that was on this viral photo and was like, oh my fucking God, I wrote Joe Exotic in prison, and he wrote me back. Can you even believe it? And so I look on the thing, and I like write down the little address and shit, and I write him a letter. And Jennifer and I were together, and so I put a picture from our wedding with the kids. And I don't know if you I don't know if I ever posted the picture. It was so nice. It was, we had like the horse in the picture and Jennifer and I and the kids from the wedding and all the fall stuff behind us. Anyway, I sent him one of those. And it was just like, we got your back, man. You're our kind of people. I know you're probably getting 1 million of these or whatever, but just to know you got a friend out here and stuff. And lo and behold, it was like 3 months later, I get a fucking letter back from the Dallas Fort Worth State Correctional Facility or whatever, I got it in there. I'll grab it at some point or whatever and read it, but that was it was really, 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 really cool. I didn't expect that, and it was crazy because, like, as artists, when we do this music and stuff, to work with an artist who at one point was like the biggest artist in the underground or the biggest artist in here, an artist that at one point had seen some real money or some real album sales or something like that. That's like really, really cool. But at that particular moment, like, Joe Exotic was the biggest thing in the country, and I was like kind of interacting with him at the time. And so for that to be the biggest celebrity moment that I've ever had in this journey of entertainment and stuff, I think that's like super cool to have in the bag. You know what I mean? Like, somebody be like, "Oh yeah, I passed by Bill Clinton when he was at the Muhammad Ali funeral, and that was really cool." Like those kind of stories. But mine's like, dude, I fucking got a prison letter from Joe Exotic, and that was my big moment. So
no, it's super cool, man. That's really cool.
That's awesome.
I
didn't know what it says.
Yeah, I got it. And really, I mean, honestly, really, what it says is, hey, cute family, give Jen and the kids a kiss for me. Hey, please write this address a letter asking Donald Trump to pardon me and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was. But so it's really pretty basic. I'm pretty sure it was similar to what he sent everybody. But he put that personal touch in it, man. And I just really, really hope to see like a happy ending to that Tiger King story. They said that there was like so much more to it that the show hardly showed anything at all.
Yeah. And it got to the point where even the filmmakers they just couldn't do it anymore themselves. Like, it was just getting too crazy for them.
Right. People dying, feds kicking indoors and fucking, I mean, it's just all over this zoo and this property. It's really like it's like a money thing at the end of the day. But apparently that business just involves, murder, money, and mayhem or whatever. Right, that's just a part of that business. It's crazy. But, Tim Stark in that show,
Charlestown.
You know him. Yeah. He's like a part of the Tiger King show. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that part. Like, I remember going this shit when I was younger. I think they just now auctioned that off, didn't they?
I think so. He had some kind of court thing.
Yeah. I think they just fully auctioned it off. I don't know who got it or how they did it.
But my whole life, I mean, it was like, right over the bridge in Jeffersonville, you can go to this place and you get a fucking alligator, baby lion, anything that you wanted. You can go to this place and get. And so watching the Tiger King, I remember being like, I remember there's this place when I grew up at this place. Lo and behold, they're talking about Jeffersonville, Indiana, and the Tiger King and shit. Yeah. So that's
not Jeffersonville, but what was
Charlestown.
It? Charlestown.
I think.
And I think
Tim Stark had a pet store, had an open business operation.
He had a pet store, and then he had a big wildlife
sanctuary
in Charlestown.
Oh, gotcha.
That's what I just auctioned off. Like, it was huge.
You said Charlestown, he said Jeff, so I was like, hold on, wait, where's it at?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he had probably had properties for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But so that made it cool because it was, I guess, relatable or whatever. But
he used to bring I remember they would show up in our school and you bring the tigers out.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Like that back in the 90s.
And let's see. I think you're like, what is it? I think you're like 2 years ahead of me. Is that what it is? I think so. And so I don't know. It's always refreshing being around you because everything that my life is and create, you like know you're right along the same wavelength would be. Where other people are like, no, I don't. What I just get to be weird all the time. But you get it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And today I was also gonna do, maybe since the whole squad is here, I was thinking maybe we could do a live reaction to the Biker Crank freestyle at some point today.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What is it? Is this the diss towards Chad?
Yeah. This is the latest Chatty Like Dundee diss on the market. You know what I want to do? You know what I'd like to do?
Down, I'm laughing. I gotta give me some coffee before we hear this one. Though.
If I cared enough to do it, I would get every song that has some form of Chad D diss in it and like make a whole mixtape out of it and sell that. Make like a cover on it and sell it and stuff. But the CD would be so fucking slaw, I wouldn't want to put the company watermark on it, especially. But I'm telling you, y'all might feel differently about this Biker Crank freestyle. I'm telling you, they brought the heat.
It's the hardest freestyle I've ever heard in my life.
They brought the heat. Listen, shots fired.
Shots fired.
I mean, I'm talking.
About like a guy from Canada shooting fire shots at my son.
Yeah.
It's kind of shots.
No.
Damn, that's wild, man.
Where that would
Fuck is
be.
people. I mean, I won't be surprised anymore or to hear anything.
No, it was.
Let me get y'all's thoughts. Let me get y'all's thoughts right now. Honestly, tell me when y'all hear. Give me y'all's thoughts when y'all hear, hey, there's this song on Chad D out. What are your feelings like? All right, I'll start. I expect to hear some type of beat when the song starts, like to hear some kind of music, right? A beat starts.
You start acapella?
Look, a beat starts, and I'm just hearing a bunch of yeah.
My question is it a real beat or like one of them? Obviously, he's laughing, so I'm gonna be.
We'll watch it together.
Yeah, let's just.
We'll watch it together. I'll give some background on it. The thing is, the one thing I think I watched the last show back, and anybody out there who like watched the last show or whatever, thank you so much for that. That's so cool. It's something experimental we're doing. We're giving an open platform for anybody to call in, and it's like, there's not any fucking media shit out here. There's not any source of interviewing somebody who has a new single out or a new video out. There's no shows like that out here. So why not just fucking start our own?
Yeah.
But I think what we were missing maybe a little bit from the last show was a little more raw and realism. I think it was a little more diplomatic, company letterhead pasted to kind of a lot of the stuff that was said, and I think being a little more real about the shit is kind of in order. Not to say that wasn't real, 100%, but like kind of filling in the blanks a little bit and being a little more honest about some shit. And I think the Biker Crank freestyle is a good start for that. Okay,
be our bread to our butters. Let's get it.
So let me get it pulled up here. As I'm pulling it up, let's continue. When you hear that there's a diss song coming out about Joey Berserk, about Maniac, about Demented, when you hear that there's a diss song, but you haven't heard it yet, people are just calling you saying, dude, you might want to get on your Facebook and check it out, kind of thing. What are the thoughts that are going through your head? What are you thinking that you're going to hear?
Honestly, man, in today's society, there's no telling what you can, what to hear. I mean, I've heard it all here.
We've all heard a few.
Yeah, we've heard some things. But yeah, man, first thing in my mind was just like.
I mean, do you expect to hear the most incredible diss song you've ever heard in your life?
We're hoping. Always.
Well,
hoping.
yeah. I always hope that. I'm always hoping like it better be raw. Like when it comes
because if you're gonna,
I want to laugh. I want him to like if someone's gonna diss me, I want him to diss me as bad as I diss myself.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be like a level. Like, and if it's not even, I'm like.
My dream as an artist is to, like, for instance, like Eminem.
I'm cool with it. I think I got a few of them out there. I do. I think actually I do got one. What is it from To Maniac with Love? To Maniac with Love. There's a diss song from To Maniac for Love, and it was.
With Eminem, if a rapper wants to diss on Eminem or whatever, they had better know to come correct on some serious shit.
Yeah.
Like, they had better come with some heat and shit, because those who have tried have fallen, kind of thing. You know, like, he will fucking shred you a new asshole if you don't come correct with some shit. And he will probably still shred you a new asshole. So you kind of know better to just kind of not go with him and him, because he'll, like, you know.
Do you want a career?
I mean,
and
would
so,
you, but I mean, like, would you or wouldn't you? I mean, depending on how you would want it, to me wise, I think it would be kind of funny to see what he would say about me.
Eminem?
but nowadays,
I can
mean,
guarantee you post an Opie Taylor quote.
But my dream, my point is my dream as an artist is for someone to be like, okay, I'm coming at this dude. This dude could, like, for real, destroy me big time.
Oh yeah.
And really fuck some shit up for me. So if I'm gonna come at this dude, you know, I'm gonna
Come at this dude.
come at this dude
yeah.
in an undeniable. I'm gonna come with a knockout kill blow.
That's how I always look at it too. Because if I'm gonna give someone the attention to a diss track, I mean, it's gotta be like, you gotta really get my attention. Like, anyone can say shit, but it's gotta be like, okay, that's a little bit too fucking far.
And I hope that somebody does that in a way that even though I'm upset with them, don't like them, I'm still then motivated to pick up the pen and be like, motherfucker, here we go. Let's just
That's
motherfucker.
I swear.
I had to happen.
And I hope for it to be like that. My dream as an artist, I feel like that's like an undertone respect when somebody comes hard at you like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like when they're coming with everything
because they
got
took time. Because they actually, if they really do it right, then they be. And I love it, because when a diss guy, like, what you diss rappers need to realize is two things. Like, if you really diss a rapper, like, and you really get in it and you do it really good, that means you took your time to really delegate and figure out who the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
I mean, so, thank you.
But this is what happens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and I'm sure this happens elsewhere. I'm sure it does. But unfortunately here, one thing that happens is people do drugs, hard drugs.
Yeah.
And then when they do these hard drugs like meth, like biker meth, okay, they lose their sense
Biker
of...
meth, crankshaft meth.
They lose their sense of couth, if you will. Okay? They lose their sense of, wow, not only will this guy embarrass me, but by even showing my face publicly at all, or my voice publicly at all, will then embarrass myself. People lose that. They lose that filter that tells them, no, maybe you shouldn't do this when they do those drugs, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So with all that being said, and I still gotta fucking get to this, in the name of all of that being said, this Chad D diss track drops, and he goes, man, and I don't want to get into the, I guess, is there a way, let me just ask you this real quick, is there a way on Facebook that you can, like, immediately jump back to a certain time, like a month or something like that?
Oh, shit.
Or do you really have to scroll down your whole shit?
Honestly, man, as people of us age, I probably
Did you save it to your
Post it on
videos?
Facebook? You didn't even get on, like, YouTube or nothing? Just...
Well, it was,
At least our guy put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
right, no, it was SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So I don't work out either.
But anyway, I'll give you a little background. I would say a sole proponent in hatred towards DLMF right now is a guy named Dave Marino.
Dave's.
What's crazy is Dave and I have been been on again, off again. Dave was the guy that put together, directed, created all of the Omega Alpha videos and stuff, and he was the guy that he had a part in coming up with the name of Devil Level Music and Films and shit. Like, he was,
Damn, there's some, like, roots.
Oh, wow.
What? Is there something I'm missing on there?
No,
That's his
that's
diss track.
that's the diss track that person did to me.
Oh, okay.
Took out from Just Dave. What's up with Dave?
What's up? Fucking Dave's.
I know.
That's how you diss track. Fucking Dave's.
I don't think it's the Daves. I think it's all the meth. I think that's just.
Yeah.
I think whether it's Dave or Tim or
honestly,
Tom, it's the meth is what's fucking them all up. I think
probably was.
But okay, so Dave. Okay, so Dave and I made my big kind of expansion into Nashville or whatever that I had going on there for a while. Dave was a part of that with me until Dave took a bunch of people's money and started a bunch of videos and then just never finished editing it, never put it out, so he could like never cross the state line of fucking Tennessee ever again, which was unfortunate. And so, but around that time, and I forgot what the falling out even was. I really don't care. I mean, Dave. Oh, I remember exactly what it was. Okay, rewind the clock. In the name of this. Because it's the podcast, because we can talk about stuff. This is interesting stuff that I never really had a platform to talk about any of this shit, so I just never did. Anyway, the Chad the Impaler record, I don't know if anybody is familiar with that. We don't have it uploaded digitally or anything. It's kind of like a...
Impaler.
And it was really cool, because what we were wanting to do was put the Omega Alpha videos, make them like a mini movie out of that, and put that on a DVD. But I didn't think at that particular time I could like sell a DVD. A lot of people would be interested in it or whatever. So I put it out as like a CD, like an album. And then they got this DVD with it. But really what it was supposed to be was kind of like this movie, and that was the soundtrack to the movie or whatever. So it was kind of like, basically it was like the Omega Alpha DVD with this album, Chad the Impaler or whatever. And at the time I was picking up some steam in Tennessee and shit like that. And Little White hits me up, and that was kind of like I had done a record with him, but like my second time really dealing with him, talking to me, he hits me up. He's like, man, I see what you're doing. I really like that. He's like, man, I really got a lot of love for you, man. If you'd like for me to, like do anything and like host a mixtape or do some kind of shout out for you, I'd love to do that, man. Cause, and just on the love did that. And I really appreciated that. So he hosted that, and I got some cool features on it, anything or whatever. And we do a release show for it at Gaslight Tavern in Louisville, and Dave Marino's supposed to be on stage with me or whatever. Well, he goes out to his car, and it's like, okay, it's time to go on stage, and we go to his car, and he's like passed out inside of his car, like with the car on, asleep inside of his car. So we're banging on the window, open hands, boop, 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 boop on the window, and Dave like opens his eyes like this, looks at the window, puts his car in drive, and just drives off. Just disappears. Okay, so that was like the last time I talked to Dave Marino, 5-6 years or whatever, and like so out of nowhere Dave comes out, and anybody like. All you gotta do is just kind of like be around him, and the only reason this is in response to the 6 months of fucking. I mean, dude, you put everything that dude has posted on me in the last 6 months together. It's a legit book. It's a whole book. It's a whole novel that this dude has written about me online. This dude's obsessed with me, dude, and so. In response to that, this is just like my perspective on my history with Dave Marino. So I don't talk to him again for like 5-6 years. We get back together, we start doing the thing, shit's cool, it's working out, and then it's like same old Dave, back to the same. I mean, it's just very undependable, very forgetful, very immediately wanting to, like, he'll take your money, he'll come and meet you at your house promptly to take your money and shit.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, doing the work, he reschedules 4 and 5 times, and if the shit even happens, like, you have to have an argument with him for the shit to even happen, because, I mean, he's just...
Wow.
The most unprofessional. I mean,
yeah, that's unprofessional shit.
Like I was doing when we were doing the Days of Night record. I like took this initiative. I was like, okay, we're gonna start meeting the Daves and start working with Daves and shit. And that didn't even get off the ground because I was like, dude, I really don't want to subject this group to that because it's gonna make me look so much less legitimate if I. And so anyway, and Dave goes to the Afro Samurai showing that we did or whatever, and he like falls in love with this girl that's there. Falls in love with her, dude. And she was like...
Not having it.
No, she was, but she's just like not the one that you fall in love with. Okay? Let's just say that. Not quite the one, whatever. So when Dave finds out about certain history between me and this person or whatever, he fucking melts the fuck down, like in some kind of weird crackhead fucking...
Wow.
Some kind of fucking, melts down, calling me, and then that's right around the time I start having my divorce and shit. Starts calling my ex-wife and shit. Talking to my ex-wife about my history with this person that went on, and tried to make it seem like it was going on while I was with my wife and shit. Just fuckboy shit. I was like, dude, I swear if I ever see you in person, I'm gonna fucking whoop your fucking ass right where you stand, dude. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Like, and then just kind of out of nowhere, I tried to play it like, look, Dave, I'm not going to sit and argue with you about it on the internet, anything. It's just, let's just meet up in person and I'll fucking slap you around like a little bitch, or it's going to be nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. So I'm just not really playing into shit. He's texting me books and books and books, texting me. And I'm not hearing any of it. And so all of a sudden, all of that, blow and behold, wake up one morning, 5 a.m. like I normally do, and for an hour and a half, I've got all these messages where this thing has been posted that I might want to check out on my Facebook, okay? So all of that's where I was at that point. Everything y'all heard compacted into 8 years of knowing this dude. That's where I was, but before I hear this. So, a diss song, you think, and Dave Marino's an extremely talented dude. I was proud to have him as like a part of everything that we did. It's so extremely talented. So I'm like, okay, he's got like a diss track on me.
All right.
I'm expecting to hear like a dope ass beat, some hard ass lyrics, some hard ass engineering, because that was like, we've always been sticklers about that shit. So I was expecting that, and and it's Dave Marino, dude. Like, imagine if Dr. Dre put out a fucking diss song on you. That's like kind of the way I was looking at it. I was like,
right.
And
I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
I know Dave Marino used to be a football player.
That's Dan Marino. And I think the thing about it was, I think that was his like favorite football player or something. That was like that was his. But which isn't. I mean, dude. Look, here's the thing. I would have jumped. I would have jumped a moving train on a motorcycle for Dave Marino. December 2020. I really would have. So it's not really like I have a lot to like make fun of him about or anything, but dude, he has got this year, 2021. Look, his New Year's resolution in 2021 is to cover every fucking square centimeter of my ball bag. to make sure it's covered, smothered, and chunked with a deep sea analysis, gritting.
Come up, take
where he can make a CGI Pixar projection of my ball bag if he needs to. And that's been his entire year, 2021. So in the name of, but like I said, I was proud to work with him. He's, partners, stuff like that. So in the name of that, I figured I'd like support my boy and like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Support him, showing some love on the new show, and do a live reaction to his latest song that he's put out.
Let's hear this guy. Hold on, wait. We gotta wait for
Berserk.
Oh, Berserk.
Yeah, Berserk escaped on us. He goes, had enough of this conversation.
He goes, enough about Dave Dan Marino's. Davey Dan. Diaper Dave.
I'm almost there. Forgive me. But yeah, and so and I saw that shit out about the people. That dude talking down about your kid, and who else's kid was he talking about? He was talking about somebody else's kid.
Yeah, Xander Gage.
Xander Gage's kid. But look, here's the thing.
Still don't get to me.
I was like,
I know it got to a lot of people.
And it's cool because I talked to you guys about this like behind the scenes and shit. And I was telling you guys, I even think I made a post or I commented on somebody's shit about it where it was like, we're talking about a business like the horrorcore business where like the subject matter of the songs is like having sex with dead people and cutting dogs' legs off and rolling it down a hill. And
I think the worst thing it did, and not to be wise for me being a horrorcore artist, it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think my honest response to it was, you really just called out my child who passed away. Okay.
And that's what I'm saying, not to downplay that. Yeah.
And I mean, and the only thing that I had to do that made me uncomfortable was like calling my mom and be like, "Hey, mom, I know you're gonna see this. Leave it the fuck alone. Just stay the fuck out." He wants everyone to jump on it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that. I mean, I know according to people I know, he had at least a bunch of threads going to his way. But I mean, it definitely didn't pan out the way he wanted it to. I mean, it might have.
I just know. Look, I
don't care. I'm not even paying attention.
I got a message from a guy that told me he had already talked to you, saying that he was able to house us in his own country.
I mean, I thought about it, and I was like,
no, I mean, like, look, let's, and which, you know, you always appreciate the support and everything.
Yeah. Much love for it. But the reality of it, it's like, why would I want to, really give him time?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing is that dude did that same thing to like other people in the same day. It goes right back to me talking about how well people are on meth and shit, bro. They don't know any better, and so usually when you're like say for instance, we're having people over for dinner tonight. What can we make for dinner? Let's see, we could have this. Oh no, we can't do that. We could have this, and it's like a process of elimination. What can I do to get my career popping and get people listening to me? Let's see, we could do this. Oh no, I can't do that shit. Then it's like a process of elimination. That's kind of the smart way of doing shit, going about doing shit. I think people in that situation don't even really think about it.
Oh shit.
I don't even think they really even think about it. They're like, what is the craziest, most outrageous, unreal fucking thing I could say that makes people, you know what I mean?
That's good striking.
I'll start attacking people's dead kids and shit. Or
yeah. I mean, and as tasteful as distasteful, it's just like going to me about it was like, yeah, it made me mad. Because of course, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, he pissed me off.
Of course.
I mean,
that's why you don't do shit like that. Yeah.
I ain't gonna go his route and come at him. Fuck it,
But the thing is, this is one thing that happened for sure. And Joey, tell me how you feel about this. Honestly, one way I feel about this is because of him doing that, I went from not knowing who he was
to knowing who he was.
To not only that, but to wanting to click his shit and to look at his shit and to hear his shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All in the name
of publicity.
And so which doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it okay. But that it is a sucker ass way of people to get like 15 minutes. I think here in town,
to them, it's as long as there's no physical harm, then what harm is?
Yeah, because I mean, motherfuckers in Canada, like I can't just sit up and hopscotch, especially not now.
No.
I mean, I could.
You could.
I could, but I'm not going to.
Right.
Why?
And it's unfortunate, but I think in this particular case, in the biker crank freestyle, in the biker crank freestyle, what it is like having, when there's, like when I think about there being bridges, a lot of people are like, man, you burn every bridge, you burn every bridge, you burn every bridge. And the thing is, I don't see, all right, hear me, forgive me for how it sounds, but I kind of don't give a fuck this morning. But there's some piles of sticks walking around out here, lifeless, cheese dicky piles of sticks,
Wisconsin cheddar dicks,
tied up in bags of skin. Okay, there's some people like that out here.
Huh?
No, and there's a difference between a bridge, a stable, healthy, working, active bridge, and a big fucking pile of sticks. Okay, I don't see fucking kicking a pile of sticks out of the way as burning a bridge. So when people come to me about burning bridges, they're real bridges that are built out here.
Yeah.
Those are, and I do worry about keeping those stable. That's important for me to do that. But at the same time, some people think that just because the shit didn't work out with them, that's some kind of reflection on the person I am. And I think with the biker crank freestyle, I think people are so weak-minded to the point, like for instance, I would imagine that this morning alone, across the United States, there will be over 100 people quit the McDonald's Corporation because of whatever their boss or their situation, or they don't want to work there anymore, they got a better job, but they'll quit McDonald's. But because 100 people quit by noon today, does that mean McDonald's is some kind of horrible corporation or whatever? It's just people that don't fit in there.
You can't do it, can't cut it out.
Yeah. 9 out of 10 people who do this music shit do it as like a hobby, whether they want to say that how much that, I mean, they do it as a hobby because simply they get around to it when they can.
Yeah.
If it was something that you were like fucking other shit in your life up with in order to get this done, that would be a hunger, a passion for it. You know what I'm saying? But if you are doing it when you can get around to it, that's like a hobby and shit. So they're working with somebody and they just expect them to think of it as a hobby too. And once you get more than on hobby mode, people are like, whoa, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And they think that you're being some type of way or some kind of bad professional. And it's like, maybe you just don't fit in here. It's not that you're a bad person or anything. You're just not fitting in with what we're doing. And when people want to keep working here, don't get to work here anymore because I can just, it's like, I'm not going to lollygag around. Like, it's like a functioning thing. And if somebody doesn't want to be a part of that, they don't have to. There are several of those people, 20 plus people in town that are fit in that category.
Yeah.
You see 20 plus people come together on a Facebook post, you would think that one person they're talking about is guilty of some kind of fucking wretched, horrible shit. But like going back to last week's thing, at the end of the day, I don't know anybody a single fucking dime. I haven't stolen anything from anybody. I haven't like manipulated anybody into anything. There wasn't a single thing that I don't know. It's like, so like I was saying, like, what am I being charged for? What did I even do wrong here? Just a bunch of people coming together hating, and a narrative is, well, if everybody's coming together hating, then if everybody's coming together hating, doesn't that make them right and you wrong? But I'm like, if all those people said the sky was purple and I said it was blue, does that all of a sudden make them right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think someone like Dave Marino knows, I mean, burning real bridges with people. I'm talking D-Ray, Little White, Bravo Gator, like taking their money and never finishing their shit. Like, you know, those type of people, you know, and then being online like, fuck those people, tell them come get some if they want it and shit. Having that type of personality with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
it burning real bridges. And so when I'm like, yeah, I'll still work with you because, again, everybody's got a past. I'm not judgmental. I'm not the one to convict you. If we can get good work done together, it's whatever. And without being a part of this, there is nothing to be a part of. And I'm talking high-quality gear, high-quality know-how. I mean, he's a dynamite producer, photographer, cameraman, everything. But without this, there's nothing to do that with because nobody wants to fuck with a fucking 41-year-old fucking crackhead sitting in his junky ass basement around a bunch of piles of garbage and a computer where you can go do an 8-hour day of filming. He'll put it in his computer and just lose all the shit. Just won't be able to find it. You just wasted a whole day of shit. You know what I'm saying? And so he knows the only way to get people to kind of want to fuck with him or want to be on his side is to come against me because he knows there's over 20 people in town who come against me. So
yeah, why not? Why not join the band?
They're not gonna. He's passing that to you. They're not gonna.
He's pointing to me like, yeah, I made a point. Awesome.
Yeah.
The whole idea that people aren't gonna. They're not going to join together out of respect for each other. They'll join together out of their hatred for another. You know what I mean? And like I said yesterday, and you'll hear me repeat this over and over again. All this shit that you do, it's got to come from a place of love. Whether it's tough love, whether it's whatever, but it's got to come from a place of love. You cannot start or birth anything from a place of I'm doing this because of how much I hate this. I'm going to get this. You can't, because it's ugly. It's never going to get you anywhere. It's going to get you to be 41 years old, 30 pounds overweight, in your basement, fucking covered in empty Polar Pops and full fucking ashtrays,
Right.
and your fucking neighborhood bicycle ass fucking girlfriend, and fucking your pity party, and your fucking rehab, and your fucking all that. That's where that kind of fucking energy gets you. Plus, you have to walk around and have little dick energy also the rest of your life. So, I don't know. So with that being said, I have the Biker Crank freestyle here.
Let's hear it.
Bless that shit.
Now, this is the latest out of the diss tracks from, against Cadillac Dundee.
The Little Meat Biker Crank diss track.
Yeah, this is the Biker Crank freestyle. Also, okay. Let me give it, look, out of love and respect for the dude, and out of being a fan of his stuff first, before we were partners for a long time, before building Devil Level Music and Films together, okay, I was a fan of his first, okay, so to give him proper respect, let me introduce it properly, okay? Dave Marino, track 20210-127 space 012705 normal, also known as the Biker Crank freestyle. Here we go.
My goodness.
Is everybody ready?
Shake and bake has a very hard time.
So let me correct that hard. Now listen, y'all need to put some respect on Dave Marino's name. Listen, he's coming hard. He's coming hard on the whole shit. He's coming. I mean, he's coming hard on the whole thing right now, and y'all need to put some respect on his name when he's spitting those hard bars. For one, let's just start there, and for two,
I'm sorry.
Sure.
Are you firing back?
I mean, to fire back would have to insinuate that there was fire initiated. Okay, I could.
Bullet even hit. Yeah.
I mean, I could like. I feel like I could say it best by saying nothing at all when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? But fucking. Did Gage escape from the convo too? Everybody's escaping. It's okay, and it's okay. What about the outfit? By the way, I'm so envious of your outfit. I wish that you and I could twin together today. With the Space Jam bottoms and the Freak Show top, I absolutely love it. But I got to correct that bar. He said something, come at me with shouting or something.
Yeah.
Come at me with shouting.
At this point, when this was happening, the reason that this freestyle got put out was because I was no longer answering him. I was no longer answering texts, no longer answering my phone. It was complete radio silence. He said that just to like think of a word to rhyme. Because I was like, when he said that, I was like, wait a second, when did I even talk to you?
In his head, you're shouting.
Yeah.
Probably. Without a doubt. And I was singing this. Okay, rewind fast track. When Pulp Fiction came out on home video, we rented it and watched it as a family, as weird as that is. But John Travolta puts a needle in his arm, and he like, his eyes go back, and he's like, I don't know. And my mom was there watching it, and she goes, oh, this is what my mom did. She goes, oh, instant loser. That's what she did. It's what she said. And from that moment on, dude, I was like, that movie made me stay away from, I never did cocaine once, never did heroin once, never touched a needle once, never did, because of that moment right there. So if anybody is looking for some motivation for their children to kind of stay off of drugs,
Here we go.
maybe allow, this is, tell your kids, don't only tell your kids that this is the way it makes you act, say, look, you can be like completely normal, having just a normal calm day, and on a calm day, this is... what you will impulsive. This is as calm as it'll get. You know what I'm saying?
How the fuck is that possible? Because you're doubting that someone could be on all the time? Have you been counting? Because look, I told you my name was 24 Matt. Y'all didn't listen. That's y'all's fault. That's in the past.
Hey, can you imagine what his face looks like while he's he's like, I just have a feeling like his face is like, what y'all down, like some kind of fake. because it doesn't sound like he's
probably using his hands for expressions.
It doesn't sound like he's genuinely feeling like that. It sounds like he's like trying to make you believe he's feeling like that, you know.
I did that shit when I was still too concerned to speak up and open my
Fucking
mouth.
twerp.
But then I learned that some people are just always on, and that is okay from dusk till dawn. But guess what, bitches? It's so fucked up. I could not give a mother other fuck.
At that point, look, hey, at that point, I had to put it on pause because I was like, dude, I can't. I was like, that's like a red line level of cringe that you have to like stop your car and let the engine cool down a little bit. Like you had the pop the coolant thing on it, like to let it low engine pressure, like on the cringe. You know what I'm saying?
Chad, you need to just be real. I don't care about your feelings, man. I don't know how to feel. I'm just trying to fix you. I'm scared that I'm creating.
Hey, guess what? Listen. I'm trying to fix you. Guess what? Guess what? Like, no matter how much. This is my response to that line. I'm just trying to fix you. Okay. The thing is, no matter how much when you look in the mirror, every time you look in the mirror, you see a bitch. Don't get that twisted that you're my bitch, okay? You don't come and fix me, you fucking douchebag. Get my fucking computer work done for this $20 so you can get your little crack rock for the night. That was my response to that. So anyway,
a serial killer, and
if I ever seem like I'm being like rough around the edges like that, that's why. Is because it's in response to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Not cool with serial killers. What the fuck else you want from me, man? Shut the fuck up. Your feelings aren't important enough to me for you to give a fuck this much without me being right. And cause you know it, you imploded. You lost your chance. You lost the fucking over it. But still, I'm angry and I can't sleep. I'm in the bathroom recording, man. This can't be. What the fuck is going on? I'm rapping to my phone. This ain't gonna make $1 million, Dave. Well, fuck.
And I wish, look, just like to pause. I wish y'all could see this bathroom that he was recording from. I wish y'all could like see it. And I guarantee you, with him, I guarantee you, he was like walking back and forth, like pacing back and forth in this. And I wish y'all could see this bathroom that.
Because I know as you hear it, you see it.
I see. I know exactly where he's standing, what he's doing, the face he's making. Because you see him do it. The dude can't sit still and shit. That's what I'm saying. Like anybody that I challenge anybody. I challenge anybody to be like to come spend one day, 4 hours with us in our operation, and then the very next day at the same time, the same date, go and spend 4 hours with Dave Marino's operation. That's all I ask anybody to do who cares about it enough, who really wants to see anybody for that matter, anybody who's coming down on it. It's like, go check out the way they're doing shit and check out the way we're doing shit. And just that tells the story of why I don't need to fucking explain. It's like all you got to do is meet some of these people and you can see, you know, but, yeah, dude, so anyway, there's more. I mean, dude, we're like 3/5. No, I would say 2/5 of the way done here.
Wow. You got the time.
Fuck it, then go home. If
It's
you can't handle
7.
listening right now, I understand. This ain't a good fucking song, man. I'm just saying.
You don't got to fucking tell me that, Dave.
Yeah.
I knew that coming into this. At bar fucking, if you want to call these bars something more than whatever fucking prescribed bars that you're taking while you're doing this. Listen, here's the thing. If you ever want to do a diss song on somebody, make sure the amount of bars that you're rapping are more than the amount of bars that you're taking before you okay, let's just, that's a good note on this.
Spit the bars. Just know your bars before you lay it down. Yeah.
I mean, or just like,
right.
Don't smoke fucking crank before you know.
Kids, Don't smoke crack.
Yeah.
Thinking it might help put me to sleep. It's the only reason it's here and exists. Let it be. Scola. Listen, dude, you're fucking raw. When you're ready, man, I got you. Man, fuck them all.
That's right. Fuck them all, Scola. Fuck me. Fuck Joey Berserk. Fuck the whole operation. Fuck everybody. Fuck it all. Dave Marino is the answer. All right.
Isaiah, I hear you, bruh. Know what you saying. And really, the fact is, I don't know the word. Fuck it. I
Yes,
fucked up.
correct. Correct, you did, Dave.
I'm still kind of mad. And Chad, you need to understand something, man. This
Okay, I'm listening, Dave.
about you.
All right, look, hold on a second. I'm being summoned
And
here.
that is okay. Not every decision I don't know the word. Fuck it. I fucked up. Nobody's perfect. Deal with it.
I'm dealing with it, Dave.
Still kind of mad. And Chad, you need to understand something, man.
I'm listening, Dave.
Not about you.
This isn't about
And
me.
that is okay.
We need to understand something here. The guy that
It said your name like 5 times. This isn't about you, though.
speaking directly to me from this song, I need to understand. I need to get over myself that this isn't about me. I'm flattering myself. I'm flattering myself to even think that.
Not every decision has to be about you. You don't matter enough to think that your opinion...
Look, Maniac, talk to me about this. You're somebody who could definitely understand this. Like, you got a business, right? And you're investing in your business. You're the one putting forth all the management money to manage this outfit and shit, right?
Right, yeah. You want to come take the seat? Because I got a hard out, unfortunately. I got it.
Brother Joey, my bad, brother. I wasn't even paying attention. Well, I was gonna make this the grand finale. I was gonna make this the grand finale of the show, Joey, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
No. I mean, like the diss track. I was gonna make it like the grand finale. I didn't know we were gonna have an hour and a half worth of material on it, so my bad about that.
You're good.
But
Take over.
well, to all of our live people up there, to anybody who's watching anybody who's watching this on live, we're going to have to cut the live portion of it off, but we're going to keep the actual podcast portion going. So you'll be able to see the finished version of the Biker Crank Freestyle. You'll be able to see the end of this on Thursday's version of the show. So, Brother Joey.
Yes.
We'll talk later, my friend.
What's up, man?
Love the live video. Fuck.
Delete, right?
Yeah. And dude, super my bad about today, man. I'll be more prepared next. I thought it would be a lot more simple to set up, but it's a lot more to set up than learning here or whatever. But
Trial and error.
Yeah.
but anyway, so where were we? Okay, this song here. What were we talking about before we had to go? Oh, I know where we were.
Yeah, check some marijuana.
Joey Berserk, can I do anything for you before I get on a tangent or anything? Okay, cool.
Go ahead.
All right, and we'll talk here in just a bit.
I apologize to everyone, but
No, yeah, you gotta.
Be careful, bro.
gotta do what we
It
gotta
sucks
do.
that your week is like starting today,
Right.
and my week is ending with this. Like after this, it's like hot girl summer. Hot girl summer, fucking comic book store, not doing shit for me. It's like by Friday this year, But so anyway, I know where we were at. Not just down to paying for merchandise and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like not just paying for merchandise, but I'm talking picking the merchandise design, having a merchandise design made that you're not necessarily feeling and you're wanting something doper than that, or wanting something adjusted different than the way that it is, and you're putting up all the money not only for the first thing that you're not even going to use, but you're also putting up the money for the adjustment. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about when I mention that. And so when it comes to your business, every decision kind of is about you because it's all your money coming up. You don't make that a part of your image. You don't make that a part of like what you talk about publicly. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't see like Don Hire Plumbing or something. You don't see them riding around saying, we put our money forth to make our business extra good for you. Like you don't hear them say that. They just say, we do really good plumbing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you don't make the money part of it. But so when someone says, you know, man, not everything's about you. Not every decision is about you. Other people can make decisions other than you. But it's like, wait a second, I'm not trying to be like, I'm making these decisions because I'm the most important person, because I'm the most famous person. It's because I'm the one paying for this whole thing. Like, I'm the one paying for this dinner. I ought to be able to get at least what I want on my plate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that was a misconception with him. I think it was like, I think the real oil and water, I don't know if you ever deal with this in your position, but I think the real oil and water sometimes is like, you bring a group of people together, and some people in the group assume that this is like a fair share, equal piece of the pie thing across the board. Right. And then there are other people that understand, well, this person's position is a little more, you know, there's a little more seniority going on. There's like a pecking order kind of thing. Yeah. And some people understand that and some people don't, you know, and I really don't think that Dave understood that part of it. You know, and I'm sure you guys, I'm sure that's it. I mean, y'all realize sometimes the stuff that you deal with as an outfit or as a crew goes beyond the music. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure that by the time you're actually sitting in the studio listening to beats and spitting bars over the mic, there's like a lot of real life stuff that happens in between that. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it has to be like a well-oiled machine. Everybody has to kind of understand their place and shit. And some people really believe that like walking through the door, or they believe that
I'm straight out with you.
You know, they believe that a limited amount of participation equals like it's a favor that they're doing for you, that they're even coming around at all kind of thing. Right, when it should really be, you know, something different. And so I think that's what a lot of Dave's frustration was, because there would be him putting forth an idea, K7 putting forth an idea, or someone else. I would take this idea to this person, and it would all turn to this thing, and I'd be like, well, this is what we're going to do. And it would be and it wouldn't even be because this idea wasn't better than that. It just wasn't his idea being used. Right. And it, you know, and we're talking somebody that's like not even in their 30s anymore. You know what I'm saying? Behaving that way. And right. I think something that's important to kind of understand and think about is like, just because somebody doesn't understand something doesn't mean that fact doesn't still exist. Right. You know, it's something important to think about. Like, if you don't like people being late, or if you don't like people doing this certain thing or being this certain way around you, it's like, just because that person or those whatever don't know any better or something like that doesn't mean that should be something that you alter just right. Because because that's where you get a lackluster music scene from. Well, these people don't got any money. This is the most they can do. So for that, it's pretty good. Right. You know what I'm saying? And there's so much of that where it's like, I kind of feel like there was a day, it's like, man, we're putting on a show. We really need to get together and hustle to make some money here. And it was like much more of a cooler thing that way. I don't know. But anyway, let me see what this... these cameras only record for so long.
So, like, how long is it? Like how many minutes did you make it?
5 minutes and 30 seconds, and we're on 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
Straight though, straight.
It's important. That's the last time I'm speaking on you, because I know I'm only making you fit.
Last time he's speaking on me, that was 6 months ago. He's still speaking on me. Still sucking my dick to this day, dude. That's
no lie. You're right. Now, back to rap, because I can rap faster than I can think for some reason.
Wow.
Alright, what's another thing? K7, listen, bruh. This dude ain't got a damn thing. Quit worrying so much. You don't know what you can bring. You've been limited for too long. That's just a fact, boy. I got you, dude, and you my heart. That's just the real McCoy. Because I love Melissa, yes, I will admit that. But I'm
talking about this girl
the real McCoy.
And this
Hatfield and McCoys. I'm sorry, keep going.
You know the story behind the song Mrs. Robinson? Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. How, like, do you know the story behind that?
No.
How Mrs. Robinson was like the groupie broad who was like the comfort broad for all the bands who came through town or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so like they made that song kind of like a tribute to her because she had so many people, famous people in and out of there or whatever. And Melissa's the Mrs. Robinson of
wow.
And he's on this fucking track, y'all, just professing his love for this woman and this.
Too dumb to realize it's just a fucking fact that this is destiny, son. That's just the way it is. I know I said dumb a second ago, but fuck it. Nobody's perfect. I got caught up and stopped rapping because I just made a mistake. I still realized it never was lost. Man, what the fuck could you take? Besides, I am the realest, and you met me, and you know me. And if you got a problem with me, all of y'all can blow me. I'm still the strongest in this bitch. I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. And
your hype T gets off that bar.
If you think you know me, but try to take my child, I swear to God, one thing is true. I'll never fuck with you again. Fuck you.
Alright, so this is the burial line, the nail in the coffin line of the track. He said, but try to take my child again. Or what, hold on. He said, try to take my child.
Alright, that's enough for now, I guess. Stay tuned. I'll never fuck with you again. You know me. But try to take my child, I swear to God, one thing is true. I'll never fuck with you again. Fuck you.
He said, try to take my child. One thing is true. I'll never fuck with you again.
Fuck you.
I have no idea what that means. So I wish I had like a proper response.
What's the story?
That's enough for now, I guess. Stay tuned, guys. Just trying to prove I'm talented here so you guys can...
It's always me.
No.
That was
Have you ever seen somebody take a drug and then do that after
yes,
they take
I have. Yes, I have.
Caring about your feelings so much.
He's talking about...
Really, that's just trying to prove I'm talented here.
And let's not forget, like, this was put out, tagged with 99 people.
Wow.
The nail in the coffin.
Everybody that
the nail in the coffin to your career was this track right here. And he put this out for everybody to hear. Everybody. Yeah. And his fucking parents hit me up. I guess he went to rehab or some shit. And his parents were hitting me up, blowing me up in my inbox, begging me to take it down. Begging me to take it. Begging. And that when I, like last week's episode, I said, it stays, you know.
Yeah.
But, let me see.
So you guys can quit caring about your feelings so much. Really, that's it. That's all this boils down to.
No, you know, I need to quit caring about my feelings so much. Fetus, I need to quit caring about this track. Lets me know I need to quit caring about my feelings so much.
Listen, I'm only saying that for you, Chad. So continue to think this is all about you. I don't give a fuck, dude. You need to learn a lesson and shut your fucking mouth. It'll save you a lot of fucking stress, dude, for real. Late.
What happened to rhyme?
And that's it. That is the damn the
biker crank mess.
That is the biker crank freestyle. And
wow.
So you know
wow. You gotta definitely be on some biker crank.
That guy after
wow.
You know, there was like a post made about me, And that guy jumps in it. And I mean, there's a couple people around town, dude, that, and not to even make it all about this, but there's a couple people around town that as soon as my name is said somewhere, I mean, they swoop in like the fucking Jeepers Creepers monster, dude. Like, I'm talking swoop in out of the sky. Woof, like swoop in with their books, the books on the Facebook comments and shit. And it's like, Dave Marino this year, it's like the Forbes list of like highest paid athletes and stuff. Dave's took the Forbes list of the #1 DLMF haters this year. He took the list. He made the list.
Congratulations, Dave. You getting?
I'm proud of him.
Big old thumbs up.
Yeah, so I figured that we would, give him a little bit of love on the show, and that we would play a little bit of his music, like we just did.
We all can get up, stand up, do a little. Clap, applause. Okay.
Happy birthday. Right. But no, I just, wanted to make sure and give him a little shout out on the show and stuff like that, and make sure that people knew, if people saw his name coming down on Cadillac on the internet, that is the person that is doing it. So I just wanted to make sure and clear everything up, make sure we're all on the same page.
Cheese dick motherfucker.
We have actually gone longer today than we did last time.
Yep.
And I worry when we do this, it's like the worry is like we're going to run out of shit to talk about. Always.
Yeah.
But
there's always talk about.
There's always something to talk about, especially when you're a twisted serial killing juggalo and you can talk about whatever you want.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Chili gummy bears.
Chili gummy bears?
Yeah.
Chili bear. It's a chili bear.
No, man.
Waka chili bear.
I screwed it up.
What is a chili bear?
I have no idea. It's something that said waka shaka waka chili bear. That was something I said when I was high freestyling. I say some weird shit.
A chili bear. So what would that even be like? Would that be like?
He was freestyling, all right. Let me tell you something. This guy.
No, I don't freestyle.
Oh yeah, he freestyles.
Let me tell you what a chili bear
would be like. It don't make sense.
Like
if I freestyle some shit, it'll make sense. I'll be like, I'm sitting in the back with my chili bears. What's a chili bear? It's a bear eating chili.
Let me tell you what a chili bear. It would be like. The noodles that are done up like dinosaurs and shit?
Yeah.
It'd be like noodles done up as little bears.
And made chili.
And put inside of chili. That's what
I was
picturing.
totally thinking chili gummy bear flavor.
What the fuck?
Gummy bear flavored chili or chili flavored gummy bears.
If they can make like jelly beans taste like boogers, they can do anything.
Wow. I really like
What kind of mask do you have there? Let me see that mask.
Which one? Yours?
Yeah.
His?
Let's see if it'll fit on my head. Can I wear it, or is it only for the Cobra Commander?
No.
Look, this is what I always do with the mask. Does it have does this helmet open?
No. It's just stay like that.
There's always some kind of holes to put this in. Always.
Maybe. Snap!
What are we doing it?
It's good.
Biker Crank Freestyle Part 1. Hey, Dave Marino. Mixtape, the 24 Math LP dropping soon. I got my first freestyle called SoundCloud.com/212-345-167-249. Yeah. Chad D. This isn't about you. Chad D. Get over yourself, Chad. This isn't about you. Chad, why would you ever think this was about you? Hey, I'm sitting here and thinking that I really should be eating, but I'm not. I'm not, Chad, so don't be thinking this is about you. Late.
Oh,
Late.
Good. Coffee, please.
The spirit of Dave Marino's possessing me this morning.
It's almost
All right. So this is like that's the cool part about cutting off the live video part. Okay.
That people wouldn't know.
Is because when you do the editing later on, you can like find the most pathetic things and kind of use the time as an excuse to edit pathetic things out and stuff. So anyway,
or see pathetic things and make pathetic things popper.
Right, exactly. So maniac, demented ass maniac. We're still playing time on this. So what we do is on the show, what we did last time is we try to like go for so long, and for anybody who's like still listening, we like to drop and leak every single thing that we're doing.
I know we got something new coming out. There's a new single coming out for Fetus dropping soon. It will be on the new UGH, being hosted by Whitney Payton.
Yep.
Called Canvas. I mean, honestly, we can play it.
Fetus is fucking crazy hard. And what I love about it how like the way that it was in like 97, 98-ish when Twisted came out, it was like ICP was doing the Amazing Jekyll Brothers thing, and Twisted was like standing behind them in the straight jackets, like not saying shit, but it's like the few fans who like knew who they were, knew that they were like the hardest motherfuckers getting ready to come out. Like you just seeing them at all, you knew that something dope was about ready to happen. You know what I mean? And
that's what's up.
I get that vibe big time on like the Fetus thing. Fetus with you guys and stuff like that, because y'all have.
I mean, I never heard of a rapper named Fetus.
No, that was brilliant.
I have it.
And back to the whole Shockamania thing. You know what I'm saying? You'll get some people that don't even like the fact that an album named Fetus is coming out.
Oh man! Yeah.
But
shit.
The one thing, and I'm definitely all about playing the single on there. And when you do it, make sure you kind of like rest the phone up against the prop on that camera, because that'll be like the closest to, like that. Before playing it, the Fetus is like a that's a controversial thing. You hear your raps, and they're it's hardcore rap, like it's dope, and it has like a hardcore MC type vibe to it. It's not just your typical horrorcore stuff. It's like hardcore, for real, lyrical hip hop. But, however, I really wish, I just so wish that people could meet people and get to know people in real life. I feel like if people could get to know you in real life, they would just love you that much more. Like, they would hear your music. And then you also have this really, really crazy thing where we've done several things on camera, and no matter if you're like wearing a mask, not wearing a mask, you just have this natural thing where like as soon as the camera hits you, all of a sudden, sometimes with the camera, you gotta like turn the camera to a certain angle to make the shot look good. I feel like the shot sometimes looks better just from you being in the camera. Sometimes it's really like that. You have this really photogenic type of vibe. And I really wish people could see that part more, because like you have this all around talent that is to be discovered. I think it's crazy because we get to see it right now.
Yeah.
Which is things that are people over as the next years, 1, 2, 3 years go by, people will slowly start to discover that. But we see it right now, and that's just a really cool thing that you possess. So I just wanted to let that be known, as a part of it. But anyway, and this is the new track.
Yeah, that's the new track coming out.
Unreleased
yet. Will be soon.
Gotcha. And this is just a solo track with you.
Yeah, with you. It's, actually, it has to be in some form of a different kind of way we did the hook and chorus.
Right.
So it's called Canvas.
Put that on pause just real quick. I hear that, and I get such a such a Cryptic Collection vibe from that when I hear that, right?
Yeah.
Like I get such a that's the vibe I'm feeling 100%. All right, go ahead.
He's crazy as fuck. He's about to show you what's up. Just take a look at the canvas. It's full of disgrace. Just another Indian converted villain with hate. Shit, I call it my art. They say my mind's misplaced. So I'm grabbing my knife for places out of this pain. There's something fucking evil coming out of this race. Love to cut you to pieces and hate shit you can say. As I let your flesh rot and mix it up with my pain. And use the 7 parts just to master my beat. Yeah, bitch. I fucking told you. You was gonna fucking die. We are not gonna fucking stop until I stomp your fucking face into the motherfucking concrete. Hey, are you fucking listening? Hey, Venus, get the fuck back here. I take a breath for the challenge. Decide which of your parts I wanna add to the balance. It can get fucking crowded. Shit, I'm clearing the room. Which parts are my own? Which parts I consume? I'm something fucking monstrous. The rest is a clue. I'm a different shade of pain. Stab your neck if I choose. Rip your tongue from your face. I'll take your fruit of the loop. When you fuck with the E, I'll take your life away too. Yeah, motherfucker. So, you're fucking dead. No blood's on my motherfucking hands. It's not just my hands. It's his hands. It's our hands. Fuck you guys.
That was it.
Very dope. You ever had anybody tell you that you had like a real ABK kind of vibe to your flow?
You know, actually, Joey was the first person to ever say that.
Yeah.
I get a lot of like, oh, Slim Shady kind of like I get that a lot, but ABK was the first from him.
Yeah, I got a vibe. Just not because ABK had I don't know.
Oh, I mean, like
I haven't heard any of his newer stuff, but I just know when he came out with Twisted and stuff, like he had this real aggressive delivery and he had this like real signature type flow that he used, and it was awesome. Anytime you heard ABK on a song, you just knew it was gonna be I remember being at the Twisted show, and when the song with ABK came on, everybody got all hyped, and when ABK came out, everybody knew the verse from front to back and shit, gang
related and
all that shit, dude. Let me tell you something, man. People just they don't understand. Like, we could play and I want to get back to this track, so don't let me get too far off base. But people can hear the gang related track right now, and whatever they think about it is whatever they think about it. It's like a 15-year-old song, rap song, and all that shit. I liked it. Some people didn't like that shit. And some of my friends who weren't into the Juggalo thing, I tried to put that on, and they just wouldn't be into that shit. People will just never know how fucking hyped it was when you were in fucking Headliners and ABK is on stage and performs the song Gang Related with a gun on stage. He's like holding the gun with his fucking missing ass finger and his slit ass neck and shit. He's out there turning the fucking place up, what I'm saying? People crowd surfing and shit to it, and I mean, dude, there was something about that was just really, really special,
it was definitely a hell of a sight.
So when I say ABK, trust me, that comes from a huge place of compliment, because I think ABK was like my fucking man, but I haven't. That could be
Boondocks is mine, like
Boondocks came kind of after my kind of transition away from it, where when I started getting into stuff like, just stuff like away from hip hop and stuff, away from the younger kids' music, when I started moving towards like Pink Floyd type stuff and more trippy type music and more, whatever. But, so Boondocks came around kind of, at that point, but
Boondocks definitely cool. I like Boondocks a lot.
We opened. I don't know if you are possibly at this show, but it was forgot what the place was called. The hell was it? Boondocks was there. I don't want to. It wasn't Jillian's. It was it was like a bar place. It was this venue, and Boondocks was there, and I was with the Murder Militia with John Hood and Esco and
was it
Brownies, or it wasn't Brownies. It was but it was in like 2011 is when it would have been 2011, 12. But we turned that place up. Super Demi was at that show. He came to that show just to like watch our set or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that was really cool to see him because that was like the first show that it was like packed shoulder to shoulder, sweaty, armpit sweaty. People were like falling onto the stage and shit, and people really turning up to our shit. That was like the first time I really experienced that.
The real experience of a concert, where you're like sardines.
And we go outside, and a bunch of people follow us outside to get shit signed, and like their Boondocks is like waiting off stage to go on stage, but like his show kind of got messed up because he was supposed to be waiting outside, but everybody came outside to meet us and shit. And so when he went to go on stage, but I mean, of course, all those people were there to see him, so it's not like we took them away from him or anything, but like, that was just a really, really good experience, and Demi was there with us, and so it was like we're out there, and I'm feeling that, it's like that rush that you get from all that for the first time, and then, the pat on your shoulder, turn around, and Demi's as recognizable as anybody. Looks like the fucking lead singer of REM and shit, you know what I'm saying? But he is recognizable, and so it was so cool to see him. They were so flattering, and that was a really good experience to do the thing with Boondocks we did. But I know that you guys got to wrap it up. We've literally been doing the thing for like 2 hours now. And so it's very impressive that we've been able to keep this thing going that long. And I really appreciate you guys coming. And, we were talking about leaking some stuff, and we didn't even get the chance to do that. But, we were talking about maybe us getting together and maybe having an Ancient Enigma podcast and making that part of like the weekly broadcasting and, DLMF Cinema Network. And so we were wanting to kind of introduce the ones who were watching the podcast, watching the videos, kind of introduce them to you guys because, we work directly with you guys and stuff too. So
I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely.
So, absolutely. Well,
I know it's early as shit. Most people ain't up, but if they were, man, it was fucking real kicking it with everybody.
Well, they'll see it Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
At 7,
definitely.
So they'll see it on prime time. But
prime time video.
How about before we go? How about you give them a send off, and how about you tell people where they could find everything that you are needing supported?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Maniac Killer from the infamous rap duo that is disgusting, vile, and evil as shit, demented themselves. You can catch all our shit at anything. Honestly, you can plug our name into any search engine, from iHeartRadio to Spotify to whatever you usually use.
Spell it for spell
check it. It's DEMINTID. Again, DEMITID.
On
Google, your Bing, your mother's,
butt crack.
Yeah. I was going to say, use dildo that's found in the crusty drawer when you go find your stolen pot that she found and took from your sock drawer, and you're like, shit!
When you were looking for your tax returns.
He's right. It happens. But no, man, we got so much shit coming out. We got new merch getting ready to drop. We definitely keep in touch with us, everybody, for real. New fetuses being born every day.
Yeah, motherfucker.